What's up, everybody? It's your boy CB back after another video. So with this new season, you guys have been commenting like crazy that your FPS has been going down and that it's been really laggy. And I have been looking everywhere for lots of different tips to increase the performance of your device. Because as you may know, we've made lots and lots of videos relating to lag and FPS issues. And in this video, almost all the tips are new tips I haven't said in other videos before. So I think they'll be crazy helpful for you guys. Before I get into the new tips, I would like to mention a few of the old ones. If you're playing on an older device, definitely have your 3D resolution way down. If you don't know where it is, you just go into it's like the first page of settings. You're going to also want to put your graphics to low. If they're on like medium or high, put them to low and then turn your 3D resolution way down. A lot of the times that'll fix the issue. Another thing that you can do that I've mentioned in other videos is go into your settings app on your device and turn your background app refresh off. Those are the two ones I'm reusing for this video, so if those two tips don't help your performance, the rest of the tips probably will. Alright, my first tip is you're going to want to go into the settings app on Fortnite, and on the first page, turn low power mode off if it's on. What that does is it pretty much just, if your device's power gets low, it'll decrease the performance of Fortnite in order to use less of your power, which if you want to leave it on, that's fine, but like it will lower the performance of your device if your battery's not like high in the percent. So if you get to like 30% battery, you could start seeing the performance go down, and you probably don't want that, so I would definitely recommend turning that setting off. Next up, you're going to want to go into Safari and close out of all old tabs you don't need open. What this will do is it'll just clear out space, and Safari is like storing all the information about all the tabs that you have open. So if you can close as many as possible, it'll just make it smoother on your device. Next up, you're going to want to avoid using apps like Discord on the same device that you're playing Fortnite on. What I do is if I need to be talking to people, I use my phone to talk to them, because I know if I'm using Discord or something, it's just gonna make the device run less smooth, because Discord's like an app where you can be talking to people in a group chat, like a group call, and if you're running that in the background, it's obviously just going to slow down your device. So I recommend using another device to talk to people if you can, or if you're not using in-game voice chat. This is something that I personally don't use, but I could see it helping. If you charge your device while playing, it can overheat it, is what I've heard. But I always charge my device while I'm playing. But maybe test out trying playing while not charging if you normally play while charging, just to see if the performance gets any better. But like I said, I charge while I play, and I don't really see any issues, but I have heard and read that if you're charging your device, it can overheat it, which can then drop frames. So definitely test out charging it up and then playing, and then comparing it to how it performs if you're charging while playing. Something in settings you can do is you can disable screen time so it's not tracking everything you do. So a lot of the things is you just want to make your device do as few things as possible, because the fewer things your device is focusing on, the better it can focus on the things that you want it to do good on, like Fortnite. So if you disable stuff like screen time, where it's just like non-stop tracking all the things you do, it's just going to increase the performance. A really easy thing you can do is if you slide down the setting where you can see like brightness, volume, I think it's called control center, you'll see like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and all that stuff. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to turn off Bluetooth and AirDrop, because it's just going to be helping you out in the long term. And I think it's really important to turn off AirDrop, because if you're near someone who can airdrop you, that means in the middle of a game they could start airdropping you things, and that'll interrupt your game. So on top of like just it uses like power from your device and like performance to keep those things running, turning off stuff like airdrop could definitely help you from like getting pop-ups in the middle of games. Also, if you're a phone player, you're going to want to turn off cellular and play on if you're playing on Wi-Fi, of course. If you're playing on cellular, then you can't turn it off, but most of you phone players are playing on Wi-Fi, so having cellular off will help. Also, I would like to mention that I'm not saying any one of these tips is going to crazily, drastically improve your performance. I think it's a combination of all of the tips, basically. So I would recommend using as many as you can, because like there's no one tip that's going to just completely fix everything. If there is one tip that's going to fix everything, it'll be your 3D resolution. But if you're using all these tips like that I'm mentioning, the chances are that enough different things will get fixed that it'll just improve the performance. But like I said, I don't think any one thing is going to be fixing everything. So just keep that in mind. So don't try out just one tip and then say, "Oh, it didn't really fix much." I wouldn't really expect one thing to fix a whole lot, but I'd expect a bunch of things together to fix them. Also, if you've made it this far in the video, can you please comment "Mobile Boys are the best"? I really do appreciate it, and it'll increase your chances of winning this week's V-Buck giveaway. We do a weekly V-Buck giveaway every week. All you have to do to enter is comment something positive and like each one of the videos of the current week, and be subscribed with notifications on. We pick someone every week and announce it in a community tab. Anyway, I'll get back to the tips. Something I did was I bought an iPad case that has ventilation in it, so it should help from overheating, whereas some cases might honestly hurt it when it comes to overheating. So yeah, I would definitely look into getting a case that has some type of ventilation. Something you can disable in settings is fitness tracking. If you're playing on an iPad, I don't even know how fitness tracking really works, but I know on phones it like tracks all your steps and stuff, so you can see how far you walked, which is cool and all, but it will hurt your performance. Another thing you can disable in settings is Hey Siri. If someone walked in your room and said something that sounded like Hey Siri, or if you said something that sounded like Hey Siri, it would pop up Siri in the middle of a game, and your device would always be trying to listen to see if someone says that kind of stuff, so turning it off just helps things out. Something that I think is really, really important for not just Fortnite, but just the overall well-being of your device, is delete all unnecessary apps that you have, all unnecessary videos that you have. Just make as much free space as possible, because the more free space there is, the more room there is for your device to run well. That's kind of a repeated tip. I will be honest, I've said stuff similar to that, but I do think it's just crazy important, and I think it would be silly to not mention that in this video. Something that you can do, that if you're not talking to anyone, I would turn voice chat off. It'll just make it a little bit smoother. It's not a big deal. If you're talking to people, it's fine, like leave it on, but if you don't need voice chat on, I would turn it off. And going along with that, in settings, you can go to subtitles and turn those off. Probably won't make a big difference, but it could help just a tiny bit. My last tip is to restart your Fortnite game every so often. Just make sure it's like refreshed, restart the app, and also restart your device fully every so often. And hopefully some of these tips helped you guys. I really do appreciate you all supporting us so much. Thank you all, and hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.